Here is my next installment for what I'm doing as far as trying to get an accurate relative humidity reading on the interior of my relatively small guitar shop man cave. So I'm going to give you guys a synopsis here of the doors first so you can understand the space. I have a single door that leads to the walkway outside. I have a door over here that leads into the garage where we keep our two vehicles. I have a door here that leads into the laundry room and then into the great room and the rest of the house. Now I'll pan around here to show you the shop and how it's set up. Now this area over here, oh, and I will show you there is a mini split for controlling heat and AC in this space. The predominant area is going to be down in here because, as you can see, these are where all my guitar racks are and where all of my clients' guitars and work are going to be spending the most time sitting out of their cases. I have a staging area here where I'll be able to do work, and then my main bench here where I do work. But coming back over here, you can see I have my controller for on and off of the humidifier. And then up here I have my collection of meters and a real wet dry psychrometer and a hygrometer or whatever. We'll talk about that in a second. So I've had this Honeywell for the longest time and I thought it was accurate, but I'm coming to the conclusion that it's not. And then I bought the two Therm Pro meters, digital meters, and then I bought the wet dry bulb psychrometer, which is pretty rudimentary, but from my perspective it should be telling the most accurate reading. And then latest addition is this DigiSense NIST calibrated meter that I got off of Cole Farmer. Now it's bugging me. What exactly is that thing called? It is called a thermohygrometer. Right. So now that is in the mix over here. Now, as you can see, I'm reading 43 and 43 off of the Therm Pro meters. I'm reading 42 off of the Honeywell meter. I'm reading 47.9 or just about 48 off of the NIST scientific instrument, if you will, from Cole Farmer. And then here's the problem. I'm pretty much ruling out both of the Therm Pro meters and the Honeywell meter because they're plus or minus is about 5%, and that's a little bit out of as far as accuracy for this particular space and what I'm trying to read in here as far as relative humidity. But so I'm going to consider this particular DigiSense as the most accurate as far as the digital. The issue I'm having is the fact that right now I have room temperature, which sat in here for over 4 hours, water on my wet bulb, and my wet bulb and dry bulb readings are, I'm about 59 on the wet bulb, and I'm about 68 almost, but that makes sense, 67.5, because I'm getting 67.5 as my temperature here. So if I go as theory has it, 59 on the wet bulb and 60, we can round up, 68. That's a difference of 9. So if I take that depression and compare it on a chart, of course Fahrenheit, I'm getting, the psychrometer is essentially reading higher, much higher, and telling me what the relative humidity is in this area compared to this, the DigiSense that I'm considering the most accurate right now. So that is an issue for me. What's correct? The psychrometer and the wet-dry which you would think would be the most accurate, because it's just standard mercury thermometers reading the actual temp in this space, ambient air temp, and the wet bulb temp, or this. Now what I've done is I've set my controller for its calibration to match the DigiSense. So I'm considering the reading, and just so you see, I have this set at 48% relative humidity with a 2% drop. So once it gets down to 46, it'll click on the humidifier and get this area back up into the 48 range. So here's my question now. What's correct? The Cole Farmer Scientific NIST qualified digital thermohygrometer, or the standard rudimentary wet dry bulb psychrometer. Signing off.